Alright guys, back here with another video, and this time we're going to be going over Broly BR. Yes, I said it, Broly BR, yellow leader. This is the leader that was really good about 2 years ago, and then they said, well, we're going to errata you to where you can only reach down Broly BR cards. So, but if you don't know what he does when he attacks, you can take a life and draw a card, and then when you have 4 or less left, you untap 2, draw 1. Untap 2, period, and then you're going to draw 1 whenever you...
A lot of people who were playing the game now weren't playing the game when this thing was relevant.
That's true. Yeah, he only untaps 2, sorry, when he awakens. And then when he, on this side, you can rest something for no reason, for no cost, once per turn. Then you also can take a life and restand any Broly BR card, which in this deck is only going to be this card. And your leader attack draw is not once per turn. But the only reason we really built this deck now is because this card exists. And I only have 3, and so I played with 3 today. The 4th one's still coming in the mail. But this champ promo is crazy for this deck. Make sure leader just draw a lot of cards, because what happens is you pay this card for 2, and then you'll awaken. You'll restand your leader by taking a life. He replaces the life from the top of your deck, and then you attack. So you drew that card from your life for free. Then you get the card back to your life, and then you attack with your leader and draw another card. And he also restands himself, so you attack with him first. It's pretty crazy. So he's a dual attack 20. A dual attack 20k for 2 energy that gets you get your energy back because you awaken, and then you draw 3 cards because he exists. It's pretty crazy.
Pretty good.
But yeah, really need a 4th copy. But we have, since we only have 4 copies, 3 copies, we really had a bunch of searches for it, which is fine. 3 Kibito Kai, and this card lists top 5 for your Earthling or your Sang, 4 cost or less, yellow, and then you also can warp this card and play any 1-drop from your deck, but it's skills negated, which that effect came up like, it was okay. But I'll show you my targets. So you play 3 copies of this guy. This guy is very similar to Kibito Kai, but he's a Goku. And it's really important that you have the Goku name, and we'll get into that in a second. But he looks top 5 and grabs any yellow sand 4 cost or less. So it's like this, but a little worse. But it's a Goku. The Spirit Boost effect doesn't come up unless we play Unison, which we don't currently. And your last 2 targets, you got 2 copies of the Melee Matriarch. This card is an Earthling, so you can grab it off the top of the other card, and you play it from your deck with the other card. This is good against blue, D magic only, and it has barrier, so if you get rid of it, you get rid of your Kibito Kai, you get a barrier guy that will guarantee you beat a combo away for the most part. Then 2 Basil. This was just there as a tech card. I played it a few times, and it was nice. It's a 1-drop 19k.
Just being able to just like, oh, leader effect, tap that, oh, hey, now you have 5.
Yeah, exactly. It came up a few times. It wasn't that crazy. But this card is pretty crazy from the new set. So 1 cost if you control a Goku, because you can choose it and it won't restand during the next turn, but that's not relevant. And I'll go through the play line of what you really want to see so you can understand how this deck works. But you can give this card 5k and double strike, or 5k and dual attack by taking a life when you play it, which is pretty crazy. And at the start of your opponent's turn, you get to restand it.
The life take is mandatory, though, when you play it.
Yeah, so you have to use it whenever... usually, basically, you want to use it on your turn 2 to awaken. You're going to be going to the staples. So you got 4 copies of Riposte, and we'll go ahead and skip down here because why not? 4 copies of your Counterplay Vegito. These are basically all defensive stuff. They're good stuff that make sure that you can actually grind in the game, because your leader just draws a lot of cards every turn. So if you can keep Paragus on board, and these help you just keep those cards on board. And yeah, every yellow deck basically plays those cards. And then you got 3 copies of Senshiron. This card's just degenerate. You can sometimes play this on turn 2, but you really need to see like Power of a Super Saiyan to make it actually affordable, because that's like your 7th card in draw. So if you're sacky enough and you see Power of a Super Saiyan and this card, you can most definitely play this on turn 2.
Or if you make your opponent discard cards like I did, and it's just live.
Sometimes it happens. And you got 2 copies of the Father and Son Goku. This card is free in this deck because if your opponent has 3 or more energy and you rest one of their cards with your leader effect, you just play this guy. And he's a Goku, and he's also a block of 15k, so he's a threat, and you get to make this guy basically cost 1 instead of 2. Because you have to have a Goku on board. But that card was cool though, the whole day. Got 3 copies of this card. I didn't think this would be that great in this deck until I really thought about it. A lot of decks have a lot of effects that make you Z energy cards, which is really strong. And this card can come out for 2 by getting rid of, swapping out with a Z energy for a Goku or a Frieza, which you're playing Robotic Riposte and this card right here. And this card can get rid of itself after you play it and draw a card or whatever. And attacking, you get rid of it, and then you get to play this guy from your drop, which is kind of crazy.
Yeah, this is definitely really good.
It's free advantage, basically. And then, obviously, to the rest of your staples, you got 3 Krillin Super Combo. This is an Earthling, so you can grab it off the top with the Kibito Kai, and then 1 copy of the Broken Secret Rare. In my opinion, this is top 3 Secret Rares in the game. It's just free combo, 30k, draw a card, rest a card. And it's just a rest. It also rests something when it attacks and draws a card, which is crazy. Offensive or defensive. Then 2 copies of Cooler. This card did not actually come up the entire time, so it may end up getting cut, but it's still strong. If it comes up and you catch my slipping when you already got the game established, then
yeah,
sure.
which like you're saying, your deck's like real energy hungry, so keeping the 3 for the Cooler is
It's really hard. Unless your opponent's not playing any board removal, then sure, this card's crap. Then you got Overrealm choices. I'm not sure if this is correct. This card seems really good because you're playing yellow, and everybody says yellow needs the board removal, which is true sometimes, but sometimes just the bigger removal is just better. Might end up just going to 2 copies of Heated. Then your extra cards for Riposte. You're playing a Broly BR's Frieza Army deck, so you get to get access to the Frieza Army counterplay. Then you have 3 T-Blow, which is just 3 more Cold Bloodlust, but not as good. But this card just protects you from Floodgates. It also protects you from the Beerus blue battle card. It protects you from a lot of good like Z battle cards.
Yeah, being able to like, oh cool, I'm gonna negate this Floodgate and I'm gonna negate this other card, so that way it just gets rid of Double Strike or something on defense is really good for T-Blow.
And the extra cards really are not that crazy. Like Power of a Super Saiyan is really nice. You got one of Final Flash. They have to respect it. Even if you charge this, they have to respect it. But most times, this card doesn't come up, but it's an extra 15k boost, so I can't really hate on it. Then One Time Magic was okay, but it's basically a 3rd copy of the reinforcements. This deck does struggle to fill up drop really quickly, but at the same time, it is what it is. This card can help you against dual attackers.
Do you ever feel like you were missing any extra cards for your Riposte or anything today?
No. A lot of times you charge the Tyrannical Blows because you only really need to see 1. So
Over to the Z deck.
now this is really important, and we'll go into it a little bit for Taking Life. 1 Oolong. You would think this would not be important because you're playing a Self-Awakened leader, but I'll show you the playline later. You got 2 Oolongs. This card just busted. This probably could be a 2nd copy of something else. So I'm not sure exactly on the single Oolong because that's unique. They'll never kill this guy unless they really are scared of it. But like if you play this guy, the game should be over. 1 copy of the Frieza just warm up. This is a one drop 15k just in case you somehow can't play this and you really need a 1 swing.
You only have like 1 Z energy or something. Like.
But hardly ever will come out. It's just there just in case. Then you got this guy, the Evolved Defender. This actually came up a few times. It's a really nice defensive card. It's like a Senshinron, kind of. Then you got 1 copy of the new Goku. These cards are really good because they're Gokus, so that you get to play the other Goku Vegeta card for 1 energy, which is nice. This card's removal and its dual attack kills 2 things in rest mode, and it's a 15k crit most times because your opponent has 5 or more cards in rest mode.
15 crit and barrier.
Yep, and dual attack. And removes 2 cards. Really good, but it costs 3 Z energy, so it's kind of scary.
And it starts at 15, and then the second swing gets 20. To 20, yeah.
It's like Basil, but costs more, but has more removal. Then this card didn't come up, but there was a few times where I was like, I really could play this card, but I'll tap out and die. So
yeah, just the barrier removal is nice.
yeah, let's just go ahead and show the play line because it's kind of important to note because this deck's not that straightforward, especially